Growing up, I realized that there is a very nuanced but significant difference between knowledge and wisdom. And that's when I realized that there is also a difference between being educated and literate. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Suparna Unscripted. I hope you guys are doing well, and I am back with another life lesson. So, as you guys must have already guessed, today's topic of discussion is going to be education versus literacy. Now, this is something I relate with on a personal level because since childhood, I have always valued and prioritized academics over and above everything else. So, I have always believed that getting good marks, being the class topper, ultimately leads to success, which is not entirely wrong, but then that is not the only pathway to success. And this is something which only adulthood has taught me. So I have been meeting a lot of people, and that's when I realized that while these high sounding degrees might sound and might appear to be very impressive, but then what actually puts me off is that people lack values. And that's the difference between the two, being knowledgeable and being wise. Knowledge comes from textbooks, knowing information. Wisdom comes from the values you derive from that information. Now, in simple words, I feel while having knowledge can help you navigate your career, having wisdom helps you navigate your life. So that's what we have been doing all our lives, right? We feel that being educated or being academically smart means that you have all the required resources to make a living for yourself. But then, what about dealing with challenges? What about navigating through rock bottoms in your life? That's when your wisdom comes into play. And that's what teaches you wisdom. To give you a very simple example, back in school, especially the English subject, the literature part of it basically deals with poems, stories, prose pieces sometimes. And at the end of each chapter, we used to have one moral of the story or different themes of the story. And the entire purpose of that was to develop perspective. When you read a story, you try to understand it, you try to derive some value from that, and that in turn develops the perspective. And that makes you wise. So, while having the knowledge of things might help you to have more logical approach towards situations, having wisdom helps you to have a more emotionally sound approach towards different situations. And that's the reason why I have often had this affinity and this inclination towards English as a subject or even the different core humanities subjects, because I felt that's something which kind of aligns more with life in general compared to science and math. I mean, again, I don't want my bias to come in the way, but like science and maths are very much logical subjects. So I have never been um, a logic driven person in general. So, yeah, that's something which has kind of been a little off putting for me. Then, okay, let's not go there. My purpose of making this video is because At present day and age, what I feel is that people just lack wisdom. They don't have a proper value system. They don't have, or maybe they just don't realize that they need to follow their value system or their principles, ethics, a sense of accountability, a sense of responsibility, because at the end of the day, that's what truly matters. If you want to build a family of your own, you need to be a wise person. If you want to have a better life, you have to have the wisdom, because even if you earn a lot of money, you will not be able to live a content life if you do not have the wisdom of utilizing that money for your own happiness. So that's something which I have been trying to understand even now, because while I have always believed in working hard for a degree, and I have worked hard for a degree, and I truly respect everyone who work tirelessly for their career. But then somewhere down the line, you will realize that if you do not have the right amount of principles in your life, the right amount of emotions in your life, or the emotional intelligence in your life, you will often have this sense of discontentment. So that's all from my end for today. My message to everyone will be that take some time off every day, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Try to introspect, contemplate, try to understand and become more aware of yourself, because trust me, life gets a lot easier if you are wise enough to handle it. So I hope you guys are able to let this sink in. And once again, I repeat, knowledge helps you to navigate your career, but wisdom helps you navigate your life. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my videos. I hope you guys take care of yourself, and I shall meet you really soon. Till then, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye bye.